This is a video about the North American Bigfoot Center in Boring, Oregon. It's just a glimpse. Just like the creature, we leave a lot to the imagination, but we're going to give you a thorough walkthrough. A taste of the legend, not the full story. If you believe in mystery, like and subscribe, tap the bell, and tell me in the comments, have you seen him? Because the forest is listening. Beneath the ancient gaze of Mount Hood, where clouds drift like whispered legends, the North American Bigfoot Center stands, a temple of questions waiting for your footsteps.
This is a map of the American continent, and these are the names they gave him. Across this vast and fractured land, it had many names: Sukuum, Oma, Wendigo, Grassman. Each region whispered its own truth, yet all spoke of the same shadow. Here we have an indigenous flute and a mask.
Welcome to the Bigfoot Media Room, a room built from obsession. Shows, stories, souvenirs, every shelf, every screen, a reflection of our hunger to understand what won't be caught. Bigfoot didn't vanish. He multiplied in films, in books, in haunted interviews, in grainy frames. He lives in the static, in the spaces between fact and faith. The more we searched, the more he scattered, until he became part of us, a myth too loud to ignore, a question we wear like a badge. This is a display of the green and brown thermal footage. 2 moments burned into the dark. The green and brown thermal footage, not hoaxes, not hopes, just heat. Caught wandering through cold, a shape too large, too fluid, too alive to ignore. Thermo doesn't see light, it sees the truth. It sees heat. The world stripped of camouflage, revealing what hides in shadow. Trees go black, rocks go cold, but the living glow, and something out there was glowing. Some of these skulls belong to known primates, monkeys, apes, cataloged and classified, but a few don't. Mystery in the bone. This display doesn't see light, it sees heat. It senses infrared radiation. The warmth of your body gives off and translates into a shape. Stand still long enough, and the heat lingers, painting a phantom, a temporary imprint of your existence. My son and I passed through it, leaving behind brief echoes, not ghost, but data. Still, when the air is cold and the print remains, it feels like something more. Leaving echoes of our shape behind, not shadows, but signatures, like time briefly froze and recorded proof that we were here. And if we can leave traces in seconds, imagine what something older, something watching, could leave behind. Northwest Films' first motion picture of Bigfoot. Grainy, trembling, and legendary. The first motion footage of Bigfoot, not clear enough to confirm, but too strange to forget. A flicker that started the fire. And next we have the Georgia dashcam footage. On a lonely road in Georgia, a figure crosses, fast, upright, not quite human. A dash cam captures it, but can't explain it. The road never forgets. Behind the glass, the evidence waits. Massive footprints, weathered, handprints, impressions pressed into time. Not drawings, not dreams, casts of something real. Fingers too wide, toes too long. Whoever left these wasn't walking alone. And then there's this, the Patterson Gimlin film. Probably the most famous Bigfoot footage of all. 1967, Bluff Creek, just 59 seconds of 16mm film. But it changed everything. She turns mid-stride, as if she already knew we'd be watching forever. Muscles ripple, giant, measured. Not a costume, not a blur, a moment so clear it became a question carved in time. Science couldn't prove it, skeptics couldn't kill it, and still she walks. Frame 352, right into a legend. Not just Sasquatch, the Yeti of the Himalayas, and the Pandochi artifacts, carried down from shadowed peaks like warnings. In China, he's called the Yern, Wildman of the mountains. Here, sealed tight, the alleged scent of Bigfoot, sharp, musky, primal, not just seen but sensed. This poster shows hares under a microscope, bear, chimpanzee, human, and one unclassified, a strand with no name, and here the real sample, under glass, under light. Its structure defines what we know, not synthetic, not identified, just other. More casts line the wall, deep prints in mud, with thermal ridges, broken toes, details too fake, and here a massive nest, woven from branches and dark, tucked in the trees, not built by instinct, but by intention, placed to hide or watch. And here it is, a plaster cast of Bigfoot's ass, pressed deep into the earth like a prehistoric seal of approval, wide, heavy, intentional. It's absurd and somehow sacred, because anybody can fake a footprint, but this took commitment and it took cheeks. Call it what you want, crypto gluteus maximus, but it's real, deeply pressed into the forest floor, like a myth taking a seat. And this question echoes louder than any howl. Where are the bones? Because Bigfoot is not just a creature. He is a master of survival, an alpha prey animal, hunted for centuries, evolved to disappear. And perhaps he doesn't die out in the open. Perhaps they bury their own, a rite, a ritual, a silent creed passed down in shadow, the first religion, older than words, rooted in mud and moss, a paganism of the wild, where the earth is God and the forest is sacred ground. Branches, bent, twisted, high where no man can reach, not broken by wind but woven by will, markers, messages, or maybe warnings left in the language of trees. More footprints, plaster prayers left behind, toes splayed, heels sunk, not just tracks but testimony, a trail of moments where something heavy walked through time and didn't look back. Every footprint is a declaration, pressure pressed into soil, the weight of something real. No words, no tools, just presence, a silent message from flesh to earth. I was here, and I'm still watching. And finally, we see him, not in clarity, but in presence, the shape, the stare, the stillness, the silence, not a monster, not a myth, but a mirror made of fur and fear and knowing. He was never meant to be found. He is the echo of something ancient, not hiding from us, but watching to see if we're ready for him, for truth, for the wild God walking just beyond the firelight. Wild man around the world. This is no local legend. Yeti, Yirin, Alma, skunk ape, magpie, so many names, so many places, but always the same shadow in the same trees. These are more than just myths. They are memories shared across continents, countries, passed down like warnings or prayers. If this stirred something in you, like, subscribe, and tap the bell so you won't miss what's still out there. And in the comments, tell your stories, your encounters, your truth. The world is listening, and maybe so is he.